Okay, estudiantes, for today we are going to talk about our last category of boot verbs in this chapter. The category is E to I. So, just as a quick review, the E changes to I in all forms except the nosotros and vosotros form. So, remember, those are outside of the boot. We do not need to do a spelling change. In this group, we actually only have two verbs that we're going to be working with, and these are on your vocab list. We've kind of been looking at them throughout the week. The verbs pedir, so pedir is to ask for or to order. So one way that you could order food in a restaurant would be to use this verb. That's a possibility when you want to order things. So let's just talk about how do we use this verb in our sentences. So step number one, when we conjugate our verb, we take off our ending. So this I, our ending goes away. So I'm going to just delete it just so we can kind of see that spelling. And then now we said in this category, E is going to change to the letter I. So the yo form is going to be pido. And it's an IR verb. So make sure when we are conjugating it that we use those correct endings. The to form would be pides. Ella, usted would be pide. Now, nosotros is outside of the boot, so we do not need to change our spelling. We're going to just use the original spelling here and then just add our correct IR ending. Pedimos. Vosotros would be pedis, so no spelling change in the middle, just use your correct ending. And then ellos, ellas, ustedes, we're back to the boot, so we do need to make a spelling change, would be piden. So I'm just going to kind of make the font a little bigger just so you can see that better. So this would be our spelling changes that we need to the verb pedir. Pido, pides, pide, pedimos, pedis, piden. With servir, so this verb means to serve. Notice that this is also an IR verb. So when we use this in our spelling, making sure, first of all, we take off the ending. So I'm going to just delete that so we can see it. And then E is going to change to I. So the yo form is sirvo. The to form is sirves. Ella, usted, sirve. Now, nosotros, no spelling change, and it's an IR verb, so we need to make sure we use the correct ending. Servimos. Oops. Sorry. Servimos. Servis for ellos, or for vosotros. And then ellos, ellas, ustedes, sirven. Back to our spelling change. I will just make this bigger so you can see the font. Double check your spelling on your notes. As always with boot verbs, it's really important that we are paying attention to that spelling and make sure we have the correct endings. Both of them are IR endings, so once you know that, pretty easy to be able to conjugate both.